We will now start with a general welcoming to the course, to what is MedCities and what are the topics you will find here. Then we will explain more in detail the challenge we ask you to develop, we ask you to work on, the contents of the group, a bit how to navigate in the platform with our expert on cycling policies, Esther Anaya. We will then have a moment for you to ask any question, doubt you may have, and then we may close it at 11 or have a bit of extra time to get to know each other, do a bit of a round table with the participants to this session, to know who is there. So we would love to know you a bit more. So without further ado, let me pass the floor to the Secretary General of MedCities, Josep Canals, who will be welcoming you and giving a bit of a context of what this course aims.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me well? Sentiu? Yes. Bon dia. Bon dia a tothom. Thank you very much. Thank you, Laia. From here, the World Urban Forum. It's very appropriate that coincides the launching of this session here, where people from all over the world are discussing and exchanging knowledge upon all the matters that are related to the urban policies. And of course, mobility is one of them. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in this course of the Academy. For us, it's very important. Let me tell you just a little words about MedCities. MedCities is an association of 67 municipalities from all the Mediterranean region. We like to be very useful to our members, to exchange knowledge, to transfer knowledge, to increase their capacity to solve the problems that they are facing. They have different velocities of development, but they face the same problems, the same challenges. So by exchanging best cases, and what I like to say, by exchanging mistakes, we learn a lot from each other. So we like to do projects, to implement projects in our member cities. And in the Interreg Euro-MED sphere, we are very active. We are leaders of the urban transport community. So the mobility for us is a key issue to improve the challenges of our cities, because there is a radical or a very primitive debate reactions when we talk about mobility. It seems that the car takes a lot of space. So when I like to send some message, what I think that must be encompassed in a mobility policy. For me, there are some principles. One of them is the right to the mobility, not the right to move with a car, but the right of the mobility. We need to assure this right for the mode, principally for the mode that is the more used mode, which is walking, pedestrian. All of us are pedestrians, either walking, either in wheelchair, either in baby little cars, but we all are pedestrians. So we need to assure that the city is friendly to the pedestrians, because we are the majority. The majority of the people in most of the cities, the majority of mobility mode is walking. So we need to assure the public space in this regard. And then there is the bicycle. So this is the more efficient way of moving regarding the energy invested and the biological energy, the chemical energy, and the kinetic energy that results. So we need also to assure this. And you will learn here how can we assure this right by networking, by assuring the safety. So this is what you mainly will be discovering or learning or improving here, because for us it's very important, as I said, how we make our cities more livable, more democratic. What I like to say that when we are doing this kind of policies, we are democratizing public space, we are democratizing our cities and towns and villages. And you are learning here, you are, I like to say, agents of change. So we need changes. We need the changes of behavior, and by both the public administrations, public authorities, by planning differently the cities in the way that I think that it has to be, as I explained, democratizing public space for the pedestrians, for the public transportation and the bicycles. But also for the citizens. We need to change behaviors of the citizens and their perceptions. So what I hope that what you will be doing during this course will be very, very important to you. For us, it's very important. This is a way of doing what we like the most, which is transfer knowledge. And I think that it's very important that you know the Interreg Euro-MED Academy is trying to transfer and to accumulate and transfer and spread the word of all this knowledge that all these projects and communities are consolidating. So be very welcome. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Laia. Thank you, all the colleagues, Cynthia, the colleagues, all our stakeholders for this project. And I hope that all the course and the challenge that you will be asked to do will be very fruitful and of course fun. Why not? It has to be also fun. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. And I hope to see you somewhere in other courses or other projects. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Josep. I hope you can stay a bit with us, but if not, have fun as well at the World Urban Forum. I am sure it's been interesting so far to
Sure.
be there.
I am sorry, but now is the opening ceremony. It began at 10, so I have to leave you. I have to leave you. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
I will continue with explaining you a bit what are the goals of this course, cycling to decarbonize urban mobility. Basically, first is to discuss and learn about the impacts of cycling measures in our cities welfare, equity, and sustainability. When we say cities, you will see we can and we propose you to work at different scales. It can be a city, it can be a neighborhood, it can be even an area or a street. So we will be quite flexible in how we define the scale of our work. But that's basically the first objective. The second one is to learn how to analyze our own environment. So what I was saying, our own area, be it a neighborhood, a city, or a street. So to be able to analyze what is happening in this area, you will see we will guide you into how to collect key indicators to know how is the cycling environment going on in this area, and learn how to suggest measures and improve low carbon mobility setting, and concretely propose measures for a more cyclable environment. And finally, we will provide you skills on planning and evaluating cycling policies using a framework that our expert Esther and Aya will develop a bit more, which puts the focus on integrating different dimensions, defining the cycling environment of a city or area. This is the team who will be behind you and following you during the course. So I am not an expert on mobility, but I am following the project, which for us supports this activity, which is the Urban Transports Community. And I will be happily supported by Esther Anaya, who is our expert and consultant and researcher on cycling mobility. She's based in London, but she's from time to time she comes to Barcelona or L'Hospitalet for some assignments and public publications on cycling, and I will be very happy to give her the floor in a minute. Just before that, let me present you the general structure of the material and the contents that you will find in the platform. So for now, I mean, I'm interested to know if in the room there is people with very low, who haven't navigated the MED Academy platform. If this is the case, please let us know through the chat, and I can show you directly on the website how to find the course. But I assume some of you have already followed probably other courses that have been going on until now. So I will follow the same you will see that the same elements are, the same type of inputs and elements are to be found in this course. You will find the e-lessons in module 1. Module 1 is the unit in the platform that where you can find in this case the content of the course. These are 6 videos. Each video is a capsule, is a short e-lesson presented by our expert, where you can find the 6 sort of chapters of the course. Esther will present you in the next slide the content of these 6 chapters. Each video is followed by a summary point post, in a way, which is a text transcribing the presentation by the expert. So you will easily find either the option to read the content of each chapter, or either to see the video. Videos are from 3-4 minutes to, I must say, there is one a bit longer that we kindly ask you to take the time to watch entirely, because it's Esther will correct me, but I think it's a third one, where there is sort of the core content of the course. But we really look forward to you taking the best out of that chapter as well. Okay, sorry, and then there's a video, there's a summary points, which is the text you can read, and then there's a PowerPoint as well, used by the expert, that you can also download and follow. Of course, these videos will remain after the lesson, or after you watch it once, you can rewatch it, and all the contents will remain on the platform until at least the end of the month of July. I've been told they are working on the platform to make sure that these materials can even stay visitable longer than that, but at least until the end of July you can have a look at that. Then, as you may know from other courses of the green, for the buildings, at least, buildings course of the Green Living Areas course, we propose you not only to watch videos, but also to take a bit of action and complete a practical exercise that we call the challenge. Here, we will present it to you in a minute, but the idea is for you to become a cycling advisor of your city or neighborhood, and do a step-by-step exercise with a final presentation of 6 slides that we propose you to share with the other participants at the pitching session, which is the closing session, the 6th of July. But this, we will see it more in detail in a minute. But the important is that in module 2 in the platform, if you go to module 2, you can see the challenge, and there is the instructions, everything you need to know to complete this challenge. And it is important that for you to know that you can already start, getting familiar with this challenge, with the instructions, while you watch the videos. And once you watch 1 or 2 videos, you can already start working on how you will prepare this challenge, this exercise. An important thing as well is that every 2 videos there's a short self-assessment quiz very dynamic. We have been looking for the funniest, let's say, or the lightest tools on the internet for you to be able to put in practice, or at least to test yourself after watching the videos. So we really encourage you to take that minute to embed a bit the knowledge in your mind. And then, as you know, I mean, watching is one thing, but then getting proactive about the content is another thing, and it makes a lot of change in how you learn. You can also go to the forum, the chat. There, as in any other learning platform, you can share your I mean, for now we will use it just as a getting to know each other. You can present yourself. You will find a thread already with an invitation to present yourself in the forum, who you are, why you take the course, and where you're based, basically. And during the course, you can there post any question, any reflection, any doubt. And this is a tool that our expert will also use to be able to support you. And we will tell you a bit more after in a minute. And finally, we offer you some time slots for you to get to talk to our expert during the preparation of the practical exercise. During the following days until the 6th of July, where you can actually, connect live on a Zoom session with the expert and have a chat, solve any doubts, maybe ask her questions about what she explained in the videos, and make sure you understand the assignment, the challenge. I will let you know the time slots in the next slide. So that's a bit for the general content. If you have any question, I haven't said it, but if you have any question, you can post it now on the chat here in the Zoom, or save it for later. We will have time to solve it. So now, without further delay, let me pass the floor to our expert on cycling policies, Esther Anaya Boch, who will tell you a bit more on the contents. The floor is yours, Esther.
And thank you everyone for watching or listening today. My name is Esther, and I will be the expert. You will see me in the videos, and I'm in charge of contents and also to guide you through the challenge as well. So firstly, I'd like to introduce you to the structure of the contents of the course. As Laia was saying, there will be these 6 lessons. They are 6 videos as well. And after a couple of them, there will be a quiz. So as Laia also was mentioning, these quizzes are thought to be playful, to be light, but also to be very applicable and very practical from what you've learned in the video. So hopefully that will be as useful as possible, while also efficient on your time and your dedication. So the main aspect that I would like to discuss before I introduce you to the structure of the course is that we've tried to make this very, very applicable, very practical. So there will be these theory or these contents, but the challenge will be very practical in the sense that is applying all these contents to a specific case in the specific situation. So that hopefully will make this course very useful and very practical for your everyday life and for your work dedication. So these hopefully will be useful for you. We also aim to accompany you through the course with this availability that Laia will be discussing later. So don't panic, because we will be there for you all the way. So you see here, there are gonna be 6 lessons. The one is an introduction to the topic, mainly based on decarbonization. And we will go through the main arguments and the main scientific evidence about cycling as a low carbon alternative in city. And this is a short video, but has a lot of references of very recent reports, administrative reports as well on the subject, and scientific reports. So hopefully that also will be useful. If you want to dig further, you can always do that. The second one is the concept of the double integration. So it's not only about cycling needing to take into account different dimensions of cycling mobility, but also cycling being part of mobility, being part of urbanism in our cities, and how that also needs to be taken into account. But there are like two levels of integration that we will be discussing here. We will also discuss very important concepts and shifts from the concept of promotion to the concept of accessibility, which will be applied in the rest of the course. So there's then a self-evaluation quiz that's going to be fun, hopefully. And then we will move into the second block with the session 3 and session 4. Session 3 is about the analysis of the dimensions of cycling policy. This is effectively, Laia, the video that is going to be a bit more lengthy, because we're going to go through 7 dimensions. So it's not only infrastructure that we will be looking at, but we will be also looking at regulations, training and coaching, governance, communication, social and cultural movements, and the planning instruments themselves. So this is a very important lesson, and the one that will be lengthier, because we will be going through each of them and we'll be explaining briefly what are they about and giving some examples. So this is probably the core lesson of the course, and also the one that you will be using to develop your challenge primarily, because you will have to choose, as we will see in a minute, you will have to choose a couple of dimensions and work with them. And then the session 4 is actually starting to evaluate these cycling policies, how to measure these dimensions that we have already explained in video 3. And we will practically look at examples, actually how they look like in paper. So this will be basically a table with a description of the dimension and the indicators that we would use. So very practical exercises, as I was saying, to get you through these contents in a more practical way. And then the third block is session 5 and 6. In session 5, we will be looking at strategic cycle planning, so more the projection into the future. And this will feed into session 4. And after seeing the indicators, we will see how to analyze them. So it's basically the question of, are these indicators good enough to provide accessible cycling mobility? So this is what we will be asking, and we will be analyzing with different kind of questions that we will also see in the video. They are best answered with a co-creation of knowledge, which means taking into account the rest of the stakeholders involved into the policy making to create a more democratized action plan. So the word democratized, as Giuseppe was saying, will also be something that we will be discussing in this course. And finally, session 6, a very important one and very cross-sectional, the equity check, because it's not only about increasing cycling, but to make it more inclusive, so it's accessible for everyone. And this will be explained through checking different questions in regards to equity, justice, and accessibility. So we will have this checklist of 7 questions in particular that we will go through and try to answer, try to reflect on them to see if our cycling policies are inclusive. So this is in regard of the different contents of the course, but we also have the challenge. So if you move on to the following slide, Laia, thank you. It's this challenge that we will be doing together. Firstly, this challenge is to analyze your own case study. It can be a city, neighborhood, as local as you want to make it. And it will be about drafting not the whole action plan, but actually some examples that what would be into an action plan, a master plan, a cycling master plan, or a chapter of the cycling mobility in a SUMP, in a sustainable urban mobility plan, which some of you might be familiar already. And always with this equity check, so with this accessibility in mind. So what do we need to do with this challenge? So we thought the best way of doing this was for you to create a small presentation, a very simple presentation with 6 slides that you would be submitting to us. And those of you who can make it, there will be a pitching section at the end that we encourage you to come, because there will be a very, I'm sure, interesting discussion on these subjects. And also remember that we will be there in different tutoring sessions to help you with any questions or any doubts that you may have along the way. So this presentation would be just 6 slides, and you can go as deep as you want, but there are like just minimums and very basic content that you can put in every slide. So slide 1 would be a brief context, information about the city or town of your choice, providing a little bit of, where is it, how is it, in terms of territory, in terms of planning for cycling, also what this territory means, what the pros and cons might be. Slide 2 and slide 3 is speaking 2 dimensions. So slide 2 is for dimension, the first dimension that you choose. As I said, there are 7, so you just can choose one of them. And slide 3 would be a second dimension. And these 2 slides, you might want to reflect on why you choose these dimensions. It can be because it's the one that is lacking the most in your territory, in your area. It can be because it's the one you're working on at the moment, or you're interested in, or whatever that is, but you can just share why you think you're choosing this dimension. And then present a few arguments or a few information, some data about this dimension to document them a little bit. That's for both slide 2 and slide 3, each of the dimensions you've chosen. And then you will move into this projection that we were mentioning. So slide 4 and 5 would be for each of these dimensions, what plans you would be taking, you would be recommending to take in order to make cycling more accessible in your territory. So these would be concrete actions that you propose with their proposed indicators and methods of evaluation, always bearing in mind that we look for accessibility, so the equity aspect of it needs to be taken into account. We will, of course, go into this in more detail, especially in the 3 second part of the video. So the 3 videos, the second part of the course, will be more focused on develop these specifically, as I was saying before. And lastly, just a conclusion slide. And these conclusions can be, what have you learned? What are the things that have been difficult, challenging for you doing this challenge? If you haven't found enough data, if some things haven't read well, or there is some uncertainty going on, is the time to kind of reflect, okay, I've done this exercise, but now what, and what have I learned, and what comes next? Yes. So this would be the exercise. We encourage you to join us in this adventure of making the exercise. As I said, we will be there supporting you, and we hope this application of the contents will be the most useful way of approaching this subject for your territories and cities. So that's in regards to contents and to the challenge. And now I give the floor to Laia, who will explain the calendar and how is our support going to work.
Great. Wait. Okay. So overall, thank you, Esther. Overall, oops. Just a second. Okay, I don't know how it is doing. I hope it stays. No, it doesn't stay. Wait. Okay. The idea is that overall, from now on, from today on, you can start watching the e-lessons. Of course, we recommend this order that Esther created them. That would be the logical path from 1 to 6. Take the time to read the summary points, to download the PowerPoint each time, and test yourself. as I was saying, in parallel, you don't need to necessarily watch all the videos first and then start thinking of the assignment, of the challenge. You can already, and you will see it, as Esther said, from lesson 3 and 4 already, you can already start thinking of how you will build this assignment. Here you have the possibility of finding mates, of finding colleagues in the course to create a small team. For that, we really give you full freedom. I mean, we don't expect you to necessarily be alone or in teams. You can post on the chat. You can use, I mean, we encourage you to use the forum if you want to team up with other people. And together or yourself start by deciding what is your field of work. Is it your city? Is it your neighborhood? Is it an area you really love or dream visiting one day, and you want to know more about how is it cycling there? I mean, it can be really up to you. Then we suggest you to read, I mean, we encourage you to read module 2 in the platform. Module 2 is dedicated to explaining the assignment, and you will find all this information written there and at any time. And there you can go through these instructions. Once you have clear idea of how to do it, of course, meanwhile, you can write any doubt on the forum, or step 3, use the support that our expert is kindly happy to give you. We have decided with Esther to fix 4 time slots in the coming days until the end of the course, the 6th of July, so that you know that on those times, you can see it in the slide, 30th of June, morning time, 1st of July, morning time, but different, 4th of July, afternoon time, 5th of July, morning time. The idea is that on those time slots, Esther will be on a Zoom session that we will, of course, communicate the link as soon as we finalize today. And she will also be looking at the forum on those time slots. So either there's some background noise. Leila, can I ask you to mute yourself? Thanks very much. So those time slots are very important for you if you need any support, because you can either write on the forum and expect the answer on those dates, or either connect to the Zoom link that we will share and have a chat with Esther. So it's either, I mean, it's up to you. Also, we understand that some of you may be working on office time, so maybe writing is more convenient for you. So it's up to you. Of course, you know that the forum participation is public, so you can also help others by posting these questions. And we said with Esther that after every Zoom meeting that she may have with some of you, she can post a very brief summary of the doubts that came up, so that can be generalized to all the group. And finally, we will reach the submission date, so that the day we expect, the latest we expect you to submit these 6 slides is the 5th of July. That's quite close, so we really encourage you to already from today on start getting familiar, watching the first videos, the presentation, the introduction, and the double integration video, so that you quite quickly get into the course. And during this week, maybe even complete the 3rd and 4th videos, so that you get the core of it. And then next week, maybe you can concentrate on preparing finalizing the videos and preparing the assignment. But again, it's own pace, so we don't oblige you to watch a certain video before a certain date. You can do it as fast or as patiently as you need and you want. But in any case, yes, the deadline for submission of the slides is the 5th of July, and we will have the pitching session the 6th of July morning time. This pitching session, we will communicate more details about it, but basically we expect you to come with your work, with not only the results, not only the indicators, data, and action plan that you have worked on, but we are interested to know as well what happened through the way, and how was how was the process, and how difficult it was maybe to find some data, and how critical that is for the results that you were looking for. We expect also that pitching session to be a bit of a discussion, debate session, where we can also expand a bit and maybe answer to other interesting questions around cycling. And also interested to know from your locations, your cities, how is it in terms of cycling? That would be super interesting to take that pitching session as well for that. Just a detail on the format of the submission, I mean, of the assignment. You will see in the part of the platform where you have the instructions of the assignment, at the end, you have the submission button. So that is open already from today on. And you will see we can either take PDF, so you transform the PowerPoint, if you work on PowerPoint, or Google Forms, Google Slides, you download it or you transform it into a PDF and you submit it. Or you can also, if you're creative and you feel like, you can also record yourself using Prezi and there's different tools you may know, explaining the slides. So actually already doing that pitching talk. And you can also send us the link on YouTube, private YouTube link. That is up to you on how you feel like presenting it. But yeah, that's it. I don't know if at this stage, well, I have another slide with the summary overall of of the dates. So basically, today is the 27th of June. We are launching the course. From the 27th till the 5th, you have time to watch and fulfill the assignment. You have these 4 time slots for dedicated tutoring by the experts through written forum interactions or Zoom sessions. These time slots are published on the platform as well. You have them there at module 2, the assignment. And then we will close the course, at least the live part of this course, the 6th of July. As I was saying, the contents will be on the platform until the end of July for sure. So of course you can revisit and go back to the contents even after the pitching session, which it will be the end of at least the support we get from our cycling policies expert. And finally, just for a final conclusion, just for you to know that this course is put through or is presented by a project that is the urban transport community that comes from the Interreg MED program, which is the umbrella program that is proposing the MED Academy. And as you know, there's thematic projects in this umbrella program, and the mobility one is the one that is proposing the cycling course. And apart from MedCities leading this project, you have other interesting institutions you may want to look up for. You have UNIMED, which is the institution putting together the MED Academy and is a network of Mediterranean universities. You have Civitas Cyprus, Greece, which is a network of cities in Cyprus and Greece working for sustainable mobility. You have a scientific institution in Italy working for sustainability called Area Science Park. You have the network of transport stakeholders working a lot in the global south, which is called CODATU. The network of the European lobby of cities for sustainable mobility, Polis, based in Brussels, and we also have, as part of the partnership, the municipality of Durrës in Albania. That's for the wrap up. I mean, the final presentation of who is behind, so that you know. And that's basically it. Please take note of my email here below, and I'll be very happy to help at any moment. I will be the one communicating with you through the platform, apart from the colleagues from UNIMED who are managing the whole platform. But for this course, I will be your I mean the one on the other side, let me say. And but of course you can also email me directly using my email. I thank you very much for your attention, and now I would maybe like to open the floor for any question or doubt you may have, or any thought already about what you want to do. We would be very interesting. It would be very interesting to already know who's in the room today. Is there anybody wanting to take the floor? Is there any question? Yes, Leila.
Yes, I would like to thank you very much for this. I think it will be a very interesting course, and as municipality, we need this. And it's a great opportunity for us. So thank you very much. And,
Leila, do you want to introduce yourself so that everybody knows who you are and where you're based?
Yes, I'm from Greater Urban Municipality, Jordan. I'm urban planner, GIS analyst. We have experience in working the project of low carbon mobility with MED cities, also LEA. So one of our output of the project was the proposal of bicycle line. And I think this course will complete our understanding of this process and help us to propose maybe a plan for Greater Urban Municipality related to question of bicycle, because one of our challenge is to have a mobility master plan for the municipality. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Leila. It's great. It's great to see that from a municipality perspective, it can actually be helpful and useful for you. Thanks.
Thank you. And I have to leave, so we will see you next time.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
So do we have any other word, any other thought or question about the course from the room? No, everything is clear. I want to make sure everybody has time to react. Otherwise, of course, we will see each other directly at the platform, and you will have plenty of time to watch Esther during 6 videos explaining all the content about each of the lessons. So you will have plenty of us already in the coming days. But feel free, and in any case, to write on the forum, the platform, or you have my email already, so that we make sure that you at least you don't have any doubt or technical problem to complete the course. So if there's no doubts or questions, Cynthia, I don't know if you're still there. I think we will leave it there. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. You know, you have the experience of the previous courses in regards to how the platform works. Is there anything else we should?
I think it's very clear for the rest of colleagues that are following the course. What we will be doing is making reminders, as Laia is saying. Also, this session it has been recorded, so you will find it on the platform. So if you want to go again and check anything that you have any doubt. So, I mean, I think that now it's the exercise of being in contact through the platform. So.
Great. And we see each other live for those who want and can make it the 6th of July. Exactly. We will send reminders as well.
Okay, so we can finish. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Everybody have a nice week.